Stars, speculation is mounting that Meghan Markle may replace Dianne Feinstein as the U.S. Senator from California. The speculation lines up with Governor Newsom's pledge. Meghan Markle's name has reportedly been kicked around to fill Dianne Feinstein's Senate seat, which makes sense based on what the governor has said about who's next. This speculation comes courtesy of the Daily Mail, so take it with a grain of salt, albeit admittedly an intriguing one. The UK outlet reports that phones lit up this weekend with chatter over the possibility of the Duchess being tapped to fill the now vacant seat. Governor Newsom did promise to nominate a black woman to the Senate if Dianne Feinstein passed away or retired. Now that moment has come. This news outlet, the Daily Mail, also quoted one anonymous bigwig Democratic donor as saying that Meg was a long shot, but that her being chosen wasn't outside the realm of possibility in these crazy times. Daily Mail also reports Meghan Markle has made it known privately that she has lofty political ambitions, saying she's apparently eyeing a White House run one day, and that she's already met with Gavin Newsom about a U.S. Senate appointment. However, that was supposedly back in 2020 when Kamala Harris's seat was left vacant. And obviously, Gavin Newsom did not pick Meghan to fill it. While that was then, the situation is quite different now and actually appears to favor Meghan being appointed as an interim senator. And it's because of Newsom's own words. A couple of years ago, when concerns over Feinstein's health first bubbled up, Newsom told MSNBC's Joy Reid that he would appoint a black woman to fill Feinstein's seat in the case that she retired or other circumstances like her sudden passing made it necessary. He made no bones about it. He doubled down on that pledge just a few weeks ago during an interview on Meet the Press, but hedged this time, saying it would be a black woman who hasn't already publicly announced they'll be running for the seat in the next election cycle, which is November 2024. The rationale here, at least 3 high-profile Democratic politicians have already said they're vying for the seat in November, when it's up for grabs during the election. And Newsom says he doesn't want to appear to favor any one of them right now by appointing them to fill in. In other words, he basically needs someone, a black woman specifically, just to fill in for the time being as a figurehead, while the real candidates take center stage next year. As Chuck Todd put it, and to which Newsom seemingly agreed, a caretaker appointment. Representative Barbara Lee, who's one of the 3 leading Democratic candidates who'll run for the seat, alongside Adam Schiff and Katie Porter, called out Newsom's thinking as patronizing. Barbara Lee said, "I'm troubled by the governor's remarks. The idea that a black woman should only be appointed as a caretaker to simply check a box is insulting to countless black women across this country who have carried the Democratic Party to victory election after election." However, that type of situation is kinda exactly what Meg would need to launch herself into politics. About 13 or so months on the job in the national spotlight to get a little more juice for moves down the road, assuming she's seriously considering a life in politics. Also remember, she's apparently been working with a PR company of late that was once tied directly to Michelle Obama, so she certainly seems primed for something like this. A lot of questions remain about a potential bid for the Senate, however, including what does Prince Harry have to say about it? We know he supports 100%, so he'd probably be on board if she really wanted it. Now the question, what might the people of California think of a possible Senator Markle? We've reached out to Meghan's team for comment. No word back. But I think this is a juicy possibility, right? Instead of some no-name, low-level, random person that no one would consider in regard to the most prominent questions of our day on race, on labor relations, on minimum wage, on, you know, the special relationship between the UK and the US. Oh, it would make juicy content and headlines. And I think that she has moved herself to the stature of someone who, you know, is on the international stage. So the Senate would be a great spot, especially if it's, you know, short term, get your beak wet, see what's up. The other contenders are still going to be contending. And I hear Newsom, you know, again, not wanting to play favorites among them. I think it's strange that Barbara Lee wouldn't say, if you're going to appoint a black woman, why not appoint me? But, you know, politics makes strange bedfellows, and people do things for a lot of different reasons, right? Being good looking and charismatic doesn't always match up with having a long, dreary career, being a, you know, one step at a time up the rungs of the ladder politician, right? I bet if you asked 100 people who Barbara Lee was, they might think it was an actress just because of her name. They might not, in fact, know who she is. So, you know, we'll see how it all shakes out. But I think this is a fun, exciting headline. What do you think? Juicy.
Okay, we are out of time. I have to go to a break, but I have to. This is a yes or no answer that you could give me. Yeah. If in fact Dianne Feinstein were to retire, will you nominate an African American woman to restore the seat that Kamala Harris is no longer in the United States Senate? And do you have a name in mind?
I have multiple names in mind. Yes no. We have multiple names in mind, and the answer is yes.
Okay, Governor Gavin Newsom, thank you very much for leaving.
We're aligned with Feinstein in her office.
Sounds like you hope you don't have to make another appointment.
No, I don't want to make another appointment. I don't think the people of California want me to make another appointment.
Because you'd end up appointing both seats. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that's, you know, that said, it's my job, it's my responsibility. If we have to do it, we'll do it.
You're going to abide by your pledge?
Yeah, interim appointment. I don't want to get involved in the primary.
So no, you would not appoint anybody that is filed for this race.
It would be completely unfair to the Democrats that have worked their tail off. That primary is just a matter of months away. I don't want to tip the balance of that.
But you're going to abide by, it would be essentially a caretaker, an African-American woman.
We hope we never have to make this decision, but I abide by what I've said very publicly on a consistent basis, yes.
Thanks for watching.